In this episode, we get our newly purchased MacGregor 26x in the shop to start on fiberglass repairs. We are not professionals, and this is not a tutorial or a how-to, but more of a how we do. Big brother Johnny does have a little fiberglass experience from his teenage years helping our Uncle Terry in his boat shop, but that was a long time ago. So no need to let us know that our methods are all wrong, as we know they are not perfect. We're just learning as we go and trying to enjoy the experience. Consider this video as more of a progress update rather than educational. But if you do find the video helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Step one for us was to get the boat off the trailer and sand off the copper coat bottom paint. We decided to take all of the paint off for a few reasons. The paint was put on over 20 years ago, and we don't really know if the paint is still effective. But the biggest reason is because the boat has a few damaged areas and air pockets in the gel coat. So for peace of mind, we decided it was best to sand it all off so we could identify any major structural damage. Other than the one large air pocket between the fiberglass and gel coat, which we lovingly call Ed's blister, and the one long scratch, which we call Long Scratch Silver, we only found a few other dings and air pockets under the bottom paint. Most of the air pockets we found were on the rudders and boot stripe. So that's good news, right? What can I tell you about sanding copper coat? It's very nasty stuff. It gets everywhere. Definitely wear a full face respirator and plan to take lots of breaks to rest the old shoulders. We used 80 and 60 grit paper on rotary sanders. I found it worked best to knock off the bulk of it with the 60 grit and come back with the 80 grit to clean it up. Change your paper often. It's not worth saving the pennies trying to make it go further. You'll thank yourself later. We did take the center board off so it could also be sanded and repaired. We came to the conclusion that the majority of the damage, excluding the air pockets, was a result of trailering mishaps and bouncing off a dock. Guessing we had 24 plus damaged areas in total to be repaired, some large and some tiny. We used a combination of grinding tools, sandpaper, and a Dremel to open up the damaged areas and scuff the surfaces in order to inspect and prep for filler. A few of the areas, such as the long scratch, we opened up more than was needed, but we wanted to inspect the area for any cracking in the glass. So far, so good. The transom well was a decent project as it was cracked all the way through. It had to be grinded out past the crack and prepped for filler. The transom cap was cut out at some point, so we decided to dress that area up as well. Once all the damaged zones were ground out and wiped clean with acetone, we filled them with either Bondo glass or gel coat, depending on the location and size of the hole, followed by sanding and filling the areas to level them out. Next, we wiped everything with acetone and prepared to paint the bottom. We put a barrier coat on first, followed up by 2 coats of anti-fouling bottom paint. We went with a copper-free paint. Can't claim these dumb farm boys don't care about the environment. And this is Nikki Nicole. She lent us her awesome camera skills for the day. After that, we masked off the boot stripe and painted over it with topside paint. We made the boot stripe slightly bigger to cover our repairs. The goal is to help keep the light from shining through the boot stripe area where the gel coat is extremely thin. Next step was to mask off areas that we wanted to spray with new gel coat, including the transom well, side scratches, and bow of the boat. After a little buffing, she is starting to look pretty good. We did discover through this entire process that there's a thin layer of clear coat over the top of the gel coat. Can't really figure out if this was an add-on or a factory thing. Let us know if you know, as we are just curious about the mystery clear coating. To finish things off, we added some PVC goalposts to help prevent any similar damage in the future, as we are 99% sure most of the damage was caused by misalignment while pulling onto the trailer. The goalpost should help guide us in. No problem. Not bad for a couple of dumb farm boys. In future videos, we'll be installing a 50 horsepower Yamaha, upgrading to 12-gallon fuel tanks, and fixing our leaky ballast system. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and like the video if you found it useful, educational, or entertaining. Frig it out. And I don't know if we showed on any videos how dirty everything gets while doing this. Check this out. Oh, yeah. It's just all the floor in here. It's pretty nasty.
I think they saw your dirty chest, so they know how dirty and nasty it got.
Right. Do we need a comparison?
Oh, man.
You're drawing flies, man. Oh.